Welcome to Boxing on the Record with Chi-Town and Randy. Chi-Town, what's going on with you today? What you got on your mind? You want to get it off and put it on the record?
Man, Randy, as you know, it's been a very hectic last few days for me at the office, all these things I have to do. So I knew it was going to be a late night tonight, and I wasn't going to get a chance to watch Columbo. So I was texting my guy to ask me, at least, can you go ahead and record the episode and I can catch it later? And he sent me back about the Paulie Malignaggi Bare-Knuckles fight that went on over the weekend, man, out in the UK and everything. And I'm like, man, what is going on with this cat? Now, if you recall, Paulie, I don't want to make this very, very, very clear. Before I even say that, I don't necessarily feel like Paulie himself needs to be out fighting anything for me. I do, outside of certain racist things that everybody kind of feels about him, I do believe he's a very good commentator when he just speaks about the basics of boxing and ignore any type of racial stuff. And so I was thinking, like, outside of boxing, whatever money he made for that, he's good as a commentator. Just, get some money there. And I'm finding out he's back out here in the ring in bare knuckles, um, doing whatever he got to do. And then my guy sent me a pic and a vid of this cat after the fight. Looked like he damn near Frankenstein, Frankenstein's monster, if you will, because Frankenstein's the doctor creating the monster. I was like, what the heck is going on with Paulie? You know what I'm saying? What is this about? And so if you remember, Randy, a few years ago, back in 2019, could have been 2020, but I think it was 2019. That was when I think Paulie retired from boxing. He may have retired a little bit earlier, but he, whatever his feeling was, he did bare knuckles fighting at that time. And he got checked all the way out, right? But then he comes back this many years later and still tries to do it and ends up with all these, I mean, literally, Frankenstein to me, because what I saw, like had these huge stitches close to being staples in his head, looked like they were trying to create a new, face for him or something like that, Face Off Part 2 from the 90s, if you will. I don't know what was going on with this cat, man. Bare Knuckles was never going to be it for him because Paulie ain't got no punch. He can't hit, can't do any of those things. But did you hear about this fight, Randy, and what you think, man? Have you seen the pics of Paulie or any videos? Talk to me.
Yeah. I seen a little something on it. I seen a little interview. A little thing where Polly had was showing where he was in the hospital, and he said he was waiting to get stitched up, and they hadn't came and stitched him up yet. And from what he was indicating, that he had been there uh, a significant amount of time or longer than he expected to be there. But to me, he looked like he got pushed off a moving truck, and pushed out a car. He looked rough, and it triggers me. What is on Polly's mind, man? Why is he doing this? Is Polly not good enough as a fighter, or he don't have the buzz, or he don't carry the weight to get some exhibition fights? Because exhibition fights are a lot safer than what he's doing. I mean, I don't know if he's a pain freak. Man, I don't know what's going on with Paulie, man. I don't know if Paulie having financial problems, because when at the end of the day, their financial problems are totally different than ours, and a lot of us have financial problems, even on that level. Especially boxers, because they mess up their money so much, and they begin to try to live a lifestyle that they're living. Not saying that he's doing this, but that they're living at the peak of their career, and they try to uphold their lifestyle, and the money's not coming in like it was coming in then. So you're kind of forced to get whatever you can get to make the ends meet, and that's not safe for Polly, because Polly is getting up in age. So I'm trying to figure out what is really going on with him, man. I mean, I don't know. We haven't heard about him having financial problems. Maybe he got some babies that we don't know about, and he trying to pay child support. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's got to be uh, uh, a rhyme or a reason to this madness that he got going on. And like you said, maybe he's just a pain freak. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, seem like he can figure out another way to do this, or maybe even figure out something that can bring him some more income if you're gonna get that old and risk your body like that. Because from the video I watched, he said ever since the second round, he really had lost sight in one of his eyes. and that's not good. I mean, you don't even take that kind of punishment in boxing. Not only that, he said the cut on his head come from a headbutt, which we understand headbutts do happen in boxing because that's part of boxing. And he said thinking that he lost his eye from being poked in the eye. Then he also said he had some cracked ribs, broken ribs, and they come from some illegal rabbit punching. But we all know that in this sport, it's not 100% across the board. It's not 100% that the referee is going to catch everything. And, that's the chance we take when we get in this sport. But at the end of the day, it might be what you said is because he said him and Tyler put on a good show. And me personally, man, I don't know about you, but I don't know about giving you a show where I'm getting beat up and banged up and all of that, man. I'm too old for that. I'm 54 years. Well, we're 54 years old. We'll be 55 next year. So our bodies can't take that. And what's gonna happen to him when he become our age and this begin to tell on what say you?
Man, Randy, but beyond you putting my business out there like that, I think you have some very beautiful points that you were speaking of. But I mean,
Hey, you in the old man club. We all know you in the old man club.
right?
Embrace it, my boy.
Gotta
Embrace it.
embrace it, man. Keep
Embrace
me
it.
running from it and can't be out here doing what Paulie's doing. Yeah, no.
No,
Everything you
don't.
said.
Now, if you don't embrace it, you're gonna end up like Paulie.
Yeah,
Ladies
yes,
and gentlemen,
absolutely. So
kids and
thank you for
kids
keeping me grounded.
and young adults alike, this is what happened when you don't understand how to embrace your older
Man,
age,
man,
like me and
absolutely.
Shy Time, you
Absolutely.
become Paulie
Absolutely.
Malignaggi. So what do you want? You want to live a
I'm
peaceful
done,
life
bro.
that we're living and enjoy the rest of your life in peace and
Oh,
in
bro.
moderate pain, or you want to have to go through looking like you've been pushed off a moving truck or
Bro,
out the moving
moderate
car.
pain or less.
Go ahead. I'm sorry about taking that
No,
from
I
you,
mean,
man.
bro,
I
I
know
really,
don't usually do that, but but but
what can
but
I do after
but
that,
I
man?
tell
You
you, I
talking
don't.
about said
I
you
mean, I
took me
don't
all
know,
the way out
Polly.
with that. And then you saying moderate pain or less. So you acknowledge the fact that we both in pain just getting out of bed.
Yeah,
That's just
man.
life.
I just literally took a goodie back and body and a goodie powder.
Man, I see you right there. This is what it is. And this is what a lot of
Getting
people
old
think.
ain't for no punks, boy.
What and that's what and that's exactly
You
what
got
I'm
to be
saying.
tough. You got to be tough to get old. Go
A
ahead.
lot of
I'm
people
sorry.
a lot of people think that they are the pound for pound best. They are the greatest in the world. No, they literally put them against anybody in any era. They could never lose to this person. No one could ever beat them. And the one person they always leave out is Father Time. Father Time is the true pound for pound champ. The true cat that is undefeated, and no matter what sport you're in, from combat sports to just the basic, playing cards, if there's some kind of tournament for spades or tonk or whatever. Father Time is the cat that always gets everybody, man. But
It's funny that you mentioned Father Time because Father Time is the reason why I have these glasses on. I don't
mm,
wear glass. I didn't wear glasses all my life. Father
mm,
Time made me put them on, and he reminded me that he's undefeated. So he said, "You don't get a pass just because you're not in some type of competitive
mm.
competition. I come get them all."
Bro, man, say that, man. And going off of what you just said, exactly. Same with me. Definitely a lot of key points that you hit on, Randy. But I do have to like just really jump into this like glutton for punishment, this pain freak type of thing. Because from my understanding, when Paulie did this whole bare knuckles fight the very first time back in 2019, he only got like six figures, like the lower 180, 90, maybe 200K $1,000. Okay. And that's, I mean, I don't want to make it seem like that's not any money, but for someone who was like everybody knew who Paulie was. He was a world champ, even though he didn't, win every fight on these things. He was a very popular champ, so he's made more than that in his career. That's what I'm putting it in the context of. And then this fight being his second bare knuckles fight, 6 years later, if you will. And the estimates are he's got around similar amount, maybe a little bit more. I mean, what do you really? I mean, for all of this, and something else you say, boxers and especially bare knuckles fighters, just like MMA, UFC fighters, you don't get in. It's not like going to a regular job. You have health insurance as a part of your job. It's not included. You have to pay this stuff out of your pocket because you're in high risk sport, which is going to make whatever you don't get the same type of premiums that someone like us who are not out here risking our lives every day in this type of situation will get. And so having that type of issue when it comes to health insurance is more, the cost is more than the reward. And so when you do all that's what I'm leading up to. When you do all of that stuff and you're only getting 6 figures, your hospital bill is higher than that. So what is this about? Why are you doing it? Unless you have this high need for pain, if you will, a glutton for punishment. Maybe, like I said, we don't know what he does behind closed doors. And I have been I don't want to say around. I want to say I've been in contact with different individuals, whether they were patients, clients, or people that I know personally, who have had a certain level of addictions. Some of them were not so nice in their regular professional life, and the way they balance it out is by doing something destructive in the other side of life. Maybe he has this kind of thing, I do this over here and I need to atone for my whatever I'm doing. I need to go in here and have someone beat the hell out of me. I don't know. But then beyond that, man, the next level we go to is Paulie, even as a professional boxer. You're talking about bare knuckles as a professional boxer, different things. He had no pop. He's never had pop. He did have some talent in a sense for like a B level fighter, he was able to move. He all those types of things. I'm not going to go into it with that. And so in bare knuckles fighting, which is different, it does incorporate some boxing, but it's different. And the punches hit a lot harder. You got to have some kind of pop. You can't just have your head right there and be getting hit. So that's the issue right there. Then what you were saying about exhibition, because of maybe he truly does have some kind of financial things that we don't know about, and he couldn't wait on doing certain exhibitions. Exhibitions will be perfect for him, but he probably couldn't get the same type of opponent. But I'm sure if he talked enough trash, did all the things, he could do some kind of exhibition with somebody, and get it to where it needs to be at and everything. And so there could be some kind of financial thing there. So I think that you hit on a lot that we don't know about. So he needs this supplemental income. But it's a bad look, in my opinion, meaning that he's never going to be good at this, even though he, quote unquote, won this fight. Who wants to win looking like the world's worst loser? I mean, it's just not what it is. You can't continue like that. And he is getting older, so it's going to even be even harder for him and everything. So this is my response to everything you said. But everything you said was golden, Randy. Talk to me.
Well, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end, man. Boxing is already one of those sports that after you get 35, you need to be trying to find your way home. And I think the time has been passed for Paulie, and and boxing is already dangerous enough. And then when you start to go to bare knuckle fighting, that's even more dangerous. If you stay in this game and Father Time asks you to exit respectfully, and you refuse to listen to him, then this game will treat you like a prostitute and put you on a host role, and you'll be out here just taking fights for whatever you can get, way less than what you worth. And with that, we're out of here like last year.
But not on the host role. Peace.